Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Can Jam Classic 2019. My name is Adam.
My name is Jace.
And it is May the 4th be with you, Jace.
May the 4th be with you, Adam.
Man, this is going to be an amazing matchup. We just had some amazing finals, conference finals to get us to this point.
That was
good. 2 Game 7s, both went into overtime.
Yeah, overtime.
We've got No Big Deal. No Big Deal is a 4-time finalist now, and they have been here the last 6 years. 4 out of the last 6 years. They have been here, but have never won it. So this could be the moment for them. The Mattesons, this is their 3rd appearance, and they have won it twice. So
every
each time they've shown up, they've won it. So we're really excited to have you guys here. We hope you guys enjoy Can Jam Classic 2019. Let's do it.
Let's KJ, baby. Go ahead.
All right. Well, we are about to have the flip here, which is a time-honored tradition in Can Jam Classic and finals. It is a tail. And it doesn't matter because there's a thing we call the Matteson
Hammer.
Matteson Hammer. So Matteson Hammer is if you take the disc first, and that is what they always do. So we're excited to have you guys here. It's going to be an amazing match. We are starting off with Connor throwing to Austin on the first throw of Game 1. There's the classic easy bucket. Oh, that was saucy. So we got 6-0. Matteson Bros just started off strong. No Big Deal having the response here. That was a real nice recovery by Shane on that throw from Matt. Oh. So that's 6-4 going in. So one thing, if you don't know about this, Jace, is that both of these guys are brothers. We got the Battle of the Bros, just like we had last year. Apparently it runs in families.
It runs in the blood.
Yes, runs in the bloodstream. So 9-4 an easy bucket. When the Mattesons are on, it is textbook. Nice jam. Connor is just...
Yeah, and this is something you're going to expect to see in the finals, is just bucket after bucket after bucket, which, I don't know, it kind of surprised me that No Big Deal's second throw was a dinger. You're normally used to seeing bucket after bucket, especially being in an indoor complex with weather not being a factor.
Absolutely. So we are at 12-10 after a nice clean round by No Big Deal. So you just wonder if this is the moment. Is this the moment that No Big Deal finally sheds the second place experience, the best man never the groom experience?
Yeah, would you say they've been here 4 times?
4 out of 6 years in a row.
Dude, it's like the Bills.
And moving on. It is 18-10 as a miss there. It's 18-11. That puts them kind of out of range here, so you're kind of throwing for a slot. So 18-11. Mattesons do not have the hammer, but they have the opportunity to make this a 21-11 game with No Big Deal having a chance to go for a slot. Let's see what happens. A perfect game for the Mattesons to fire off, but this is what's awesome about Can Jam. Anything can happen. That slot and that top, if they throw it in without assistance, will be a win for them, regardless of the score. Let's see what happens. Not a bad attempt, little low, but good shot at it. And there you go. Game 1 is in the books. Matteson's 21-11 to No Big Deal. As you can see,
we're playing best of 7. So first team to get to 4 wins it. Matteson up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, they're machines right now. We're looking at 8 straight buckets going in from the last game. Connor has improved that area of his game so much. He is a very reliable jammer, probably one of the best in the game. That's a tough miss right there by Matt. But yeah, we're at 6-4, similar to what we were in Game 1. So we'll see if No Big Deal can recover from that. I mean, it gets in your psyche, being here 6 years, 4 out of 6 years, and just always just not quite getting there. It looks like they're Let's take a look at their stats over here. They had their first appearance in 2014. They lost 4-0 to Stallion Survivors. In 2016, they lost 4-1 to Matteson Bros, which is our rematch here. In 2018, they lost 4-2. So they've gotten so close each time, just moving along. 2017, I'm sorry. I missed that one. That's 4-1.
They didn't play 2018.
Oh, right. Yeah, so 2014, 2016, 2017. So it looks like...
Yeah, Matteson Brothers just like bucket after bucket after bucket. That's what you want to be on. You want to stay on those threes. You'll even see them at times catch the disc if they feel like they're going to get a 1-pointer or a 2-pointer, because staying on the threes is more important than trying to get 1 or 2 points in some situations.
So we are looking at an 18-11 situation, pretty much exactly where we just were. Mattison's trying to close out another perfect game, which they do.
And that'll be their. This is the second perfect game.
Straight, yep.
Throw?
14 straight throws, no misses. So no big deal. Needs to steal one here with a magical slot shot. Matt throws a little bit low, no go. Shane has a shot at this to try to avoid going down 2-0. He hits it, but not enough. So 2-zip, as we've had pretty much mirror games, as Matteson has just been throwing perfectly.
Yeah, like you said, Adam, this starts to get to like a in your head situation in the game where you gotta like brush those losses off. You gotta move off. New game, 0-0. Don't let it get to you. Just try to throw a good throw for your partner to jam in each time. And looking at the Matteson Brothers, you said Connor's a great jammer. It also helps, Austin's throwing them right over the bucket as well.
Yeah, we're looking at. I mean, it's just tough. You think about No Big Deal has been here several times. They've only been able to grab 2 victories in 12. So they're 2-12 in finals, and now 2-14 after the first 2. But for the first time, they've now matched them 6-6 going in. So this is a nice momentum swing, at least a bit for them, as they started out each round with 4 in the last 2. Right now, this is a rare miss. That's the first bucket miss that has happened. They had just had 15 straight throws that they hadn't missed, so that's the first one. So No Big Deal's got to be thinking, this is our moment. You got to take the chance to walk through that door when it's open.
This is what Can Jam's all about.
This is what dreams are made of. Yeah, so Matt Nelson stepping up here. We need a nice throw over the bucket right here for his brother, Shane. There it is, 10-9. So this is a big the big swing. If they can get this, we're in a whole new territory. All right, here we go. So we're at 12-10. Mattisons do not have the hammer. That means that if they stay on this track, one of them are going to have to hit a 2, which is always a little bit more difficult for some teams.
Yeah, we've seen. I think it's Connor in the past where he of the team seems to be the best at throwing 2s. So getting a 1 point right there is not going to help them either.
So right now, No Big Deal is in the driver's seat. They are able to take this thing if they can just keep their momentum going. They're 12-14. All they got to do is just take care of business. All right, so there it is. There's 15, 14, and this is an opportunity. If this is not a good throw, he may catch it. Right, like he did. I called that.
Can you see the future?
I have the time stone. So spoilers. It is 15-14. Matteson Bros do not have the hammer, so they're just looking for Heartbreak Hotel moments. Okay, and if you remember last year, what happened, Jace?
There was 2 slot shots. It was a heartbreaker.
Both by Connor. Connor buried 2 slot shots in the last year's final. So that's always a dangerous throw.
Yeah, so if they're going for a slot shot, it's not a done deal that, they're going to miss. They're a team that when they shoot for slot shots, they happen to get them more often than not.
All right, No Big Deal has closed out Game 3. That's a big win for them. Really takes the monkey off their back. And because, like I said, usually a team will select the hammer, but the Mattisons prefer to go first. So they are going first yet again, giving the hammer to No Big Deal again.
And, in the past games that No Big Deal's been in the finals, they've only won one of the 7 games that have been played. Well, in those situations, 5. So it would be good to see them get another win. Yeah, honestly, great can jam.
I mean, you really feel it. Like it's a no big deal. Great guys. I've known them for many years. They're really, solid competitors. That's actually a better miss. In fact, like I know it was a bummer that he missed the shot, but when you stay in the 3 range, you've always got a freebie because there's one you're throwing back. So he can throw 7 straight and they can still keep this thing on track.
Yeah, and if you are throwing a perfect game, you actually have one throwaway throw available. It's usually 4 rounds. Each player throwing for 3 points ends up with 21 points with an additional throw not necessary. So if you can miss one and still throw a perfect game.
But when we say miss, we mean that was a fantastic jam by Shane. That kept him right on it. But when we say miss, we mean miss everything, because if you hit 1 or if you hit a 2, it throws everything off. Wow, nice jamming by them. That puts them right there. It's 10-9 as we get ready for the turn here, because Matteson Bros are going to have to hit a 2 if we get in this situation. But we know that Connor and Austin both can hit it. Austin, perfect. Right over the can. It's kind of funny how much this game is a game of inches, because even on that jam by Connor, he hit it a little bit in front of that can, so it hits the front side of it, but if he hits it a little bit off, it throws everything off. So 12-16, this could put them right in range. All right, this is exactly where they want to be.
This is interesting, too. You'd think, Matteson Brothers being 1 point above, they're in a better position. They're actually in a more difficult position because they have to throw a 3 and a 2 to win.
Yeah, as you can see, kind of, oh, man. Wow, he buries it. What a throw. What a throw. That was I'm telling you, the kid is phenomenal. The guy, he hits throws. They've got ice in their veins, the Matteson Brothers. So that is 21-15. No big deal. They need to get 6 here to force this to overtime. He leans and he buries. Well done. And there we are, 21-21, our first overtime matchup.
Man, this is exciting. Overtime is each player gets to throw once, and the best score wins. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple overtimes in these finals.
Yeah, usually when these teams go, it's when you get kind of in a rhythm. It's basically who's going to blink first. Ooh, that was a little bit outside, and he took care of business. 6-0. No big deal. Needs to respond here with 6 to keep this thing alive. Oh, it was a little bit low, but that thing hovered and kept it good.
All right, and with that, we're into overtime number 2. Scores are reset to 0-0. And, best of each throw.
That was beautiful. There you go, 6-6 zip, and no big deal. The pressure's right back on. That's kind of why they prefer to go first, because they put that pressure on the other team to say, hey, you got to match us. So it's kind of one of their psychological deals that they do. Ooh, the rattle tattle. Here's the loot. He got it. Nice jam by Matt, and they keep this thing rolling into OT number 3.
You can. I don't know about you, but I can feel the tension slowly rising with each throw. Like you said, first to blink. The other team's going to take advantage of that. So, first team to not throw a 3 is looking like they're in trouble.
Oh, and that is a complete miss. So that means we've got 3 zip, meaning that no big deal. All they need to do is bury 3 and then get anything on the other side. So this is a really interesting situation. So you just need points on both sides of this, with a 3 being a part of the mix. There's the 3. Okay, so now they just are playing with house money. All they got to do is hit at least something. There you go. We've got a tie series.
Dang. And Adam, this is the most wins No Big Deal's had in a finals.
Absolutely.
Ever.
You feel it. You feel it. Like Mattison's, like we said, they've never lost here. This is their tournament. The last few years they've just been rolling through, and so No Big Deal is taking the first step forward. And so if they can take this over the hump and make this 3-2, man, we might be seeing a new champion crowned here today. Well done. yeah, it's really important. It's kind of fun watching these guys play with each other. Over the years, I think if both of them can keep their cool with each other, they will do well. But brothers, sometimes they get real heated. But we're looking at a 6-6 match between a couple amazingly talented brothers today. That was a good decision. That's a strategic move, just like Jace had mentioned earlier about the the throwaway throw. That was their throwaway throw, and so right back to them. They're in range, and then no big deal. He's got to be thinking, okay, we've got a freebie, 9-6. Keep this thing rolling. Well done. That was a close. You see those ones, when those ones rattle in, you're like, oh, thank goodness I win it. Because, you have those moments that they just miss a little bit off, and it can just throw off everything. So we're looking at a 12-9 score. Mattison's got the throw. Austin, that was an excellent reach. He did a really good job readjusting himself on that side. They take the lead here, 15-12. Oh, what a shot. That kid can just flat out play. He's awesome. So 18-12, no big deal, has got the hammer throw.
Oh, man. And I've been loving this, too, because we were watching No Big Deal playing in the semifinals, and they get a 1, they get a 2, and I think, the pressure. Ooh, I should not have started talking.
Oh, that's a rough miss, because now we're at 18-16. This is exactly why you catch it when you're the Mattisons. They catch it. Oh, that is a wonderful catch by the players, because they were about to kill us. That is 16-15. So that is wise and accurate, because they did catch one. So now they have a chance to put it at 21. We got no big deal at 16, which is a tough position to be in. So this is where you got to find out, can you make a 2 when you need it, and who's going to be the one to do it? Because right now Matt's going to throw it down. It seemed like he's probably the better 2 thrower, but they need the 3 as well.
He's got the height for 2. He makes the 2.
What a shot. What a shot. So now we're here, 21-18. And we're going to overtime. And we're going to overtime. Are you kidding me? This is such good can jam. We're going to OT. This is a chance. This is the turning point right here. We're at 2v2. Winner just takes 3-2 lead into the finals.
Dude, this is great can jam, too, because, these teams are so... They're keeping up with each other. They're fighting with each other. They're giving it their all. They're staying on point.
That could be a moment that we're going to talk about for years, is that too, being a moment of turning point for No Big Deal's storyline. Because right now, we're thinking, is this going to be the day? Is this going to be the day that No Big Deal gets their championship? They match them up 6-6.
This is actually the last year that a team has to get their... Well, the Matteson Brothers already get their name on the hammer for last year. So no more names can go on the hammer. But ooh! And with a move like that, it might not be going on any plaque either.
That was an uncharacteristic miss, and it happens in pressure-filled situations like this. We see it all the time. Players, when we've probably got about 70 people watching here, and then you guys are going to watch this online. But it is 4-zip, no big deal. If they just get 2 buckets, they're up 3-2. There's the 1. Oh, snap. What a game. That was double overtime, 6-4. No big deal. Taking the lead. So, listen, and they are staying with their deal. They're giving No Big Deal the hammer because they believe in that number 1. They're going to keep going. They're going to live and die by that strategy.
Yeah, typically the team that wins ends up throwing first to give the advantage to the second team, but Matteson Brothers prefer to throw first.
And they don't see a 3-2 being behind 3-2 as a reason to change that now. They got them here this way. Might as well just keep on riding it that way, right?
Dude, this is great. I feel like in past tournaments, Matteson Brothers have kind of just marched through the finals. They are behind. They have to win this one. They have to win this game.
Yeah, this will be an interesting moment in their story, as Mattisons have been a dominant team in this tournament. Like we said, they've never lost in a final, and that they've been in. So, and this is not just this tournament, but the World Championship as well.
And Adam, you've been there. You've been to the finals, Can-Jam World Championship. Like, what's that? What is that pressure? What is that tension like?
So I've been in the Can-Jam Classic final one time when I was playing with my buddy Nate. Nate and I made it. That's a tough miss. And then I also was in the World Championship final twice, and most recently in 2016. But it is a lot. You're feeling the pressure. You're feeling everyone's eyes on you. You're feeling everyone saying, "Hey, this is what are you doing? Don't miss that. Don't do those things." And so, indoor game is all about the mechanics because there's no wind, there's no nothing. It's just you and your disc and your brain.
Yeah, and some people have even said that the Winter Classic is a little bit more challenging because teams coming here to play are more serious, more competitive.
That was an amazing two, actually. It's one of those things where you're like, I didn't mean to throw that, but I'm glad it did, because now that puts them at 18-12, puts them in range for threes. There it is, 18-15. This is a brand new game.
Just like that, they're back on it. This next round could easily lead into overtime.
Yep. Absolutely. Overtime to possibly win a championship. All right, there it is, 21-15. No big deal. Needs these buckets in order to keep the dream alive for them to take home this hammer today. There's one of them. And there's two. We are going to overtime yet again, ladies and gentlemen. This is so good. Overtime number one, 3-2, no big deal. No big deal has the hammer. Matteson's have to set the table nicely.
There's the plates.
And what do you know? The forks and the spoons come right behind. We have a beautifully set table. 6-zip. No big deal. It's got to match them in order to not make this go to a game 7.
Napkins are folded.
And the meal is served. Here we go. We are going to overtime number 2. You gotta love it. It's been so impressive to see the resolve of Shane and Matt today, because you feel like being here the 4th time. I've been to 3 finals, and it each time you get back, you're just like, I just want to win this time, and it's just tough. You just have the desire. So we're at 6-0. Matt and Shane are throwing as well as they've been throwing all game right now. Can they bury 2 more to keep this thing going? There's one. There's 2. These guys are going to overtime number 3. This is legit. And you mentioned before, Jace, that this is a very competitive tournament. We had 35 teams here today. In fact, we had a team come here all the way from the Netherlands. Dude.
Across the pond.
Across the pond. And so pretty amazing. That's awesome. 6-zip. But it's pretty amazing that we've got that much love for Can-Jam all around the world. And then we have them coming here. And, we had a team from Philadelphia, different places kind of from all around. So it's real impressive that we have that type of a gathering of people. So, man, oh man.
That Can-Jam fam.
Can-Jam fan for life. We are going to overtime number 4. This is getting pretty silly. They are just in the zone. Mattesons do not want to go home yet.
If No Big Deal throws 2 buckets here as well, they will have done enough overtimes to have played another regulation game.
That's a great point, Jace. Yeah, and you just wonder who's going to miss first. Not yet, and not them. We're going to overtime number 5. Oh my gosh.
What's the most overtimes you've been to?
I have been in a 7 overtime game.
Me too.
Woo! That's a jam right there. Austin just keeping it out, helping his brother out.
Dude, Neil loves things like that because, when they're playing at this level, it almost gets repetitive where you're like, great throw, bucket, great throw, bucket. It's so refreshing to kind of see maybe a bad throw, bucket, to show that, they're at the finals for a reason.
These guys can jam, they can throw, they can do it all. That's why they're here. 6-3. I don't have it in front of me. It'd be interesting to look back on the tape on this, but... Well, I was jumping the gun thinking we were going to hit overtime 6, but that is... the end of Game 6. We are going to Game 7 of the finals.
We're going to what?
Game 7.
Game 7.
That's what's happening.
And Matteson Brothers starting it off.
Oh, that is uncharacteristic miss. No big deal. Has the hammer. That could be the play that turns everything.
Doesn't let him phase him. Jumps right back into it, but no big deal. Great opportunity. If they can just throw bucket after bucket after bucket.
Here's the key. They can no big deal keep their cool. Because right now, they're in the driver's seat. They just can throw threes. They've got this thing in hand. But obviously, Mattison's can still hit a 2, get this thing back on track. But, yeah, I mean, Shane is walking away because I think he's thinking about his brother missing that shot and thinking about, oh, man, well, we could have gone to number 6 overtime, you know. But you got to shake that off because this is the finals, man. You don't get this chance that often. So here we are, 10-6. The no big deal is stepping up for their throw. Oh, that's okay. This is an equalizer right here. Okay, because a lot of times when we see teams that are on this track, if he can get the 3 back and we're at 10-10, a lot of times you see that to be an overtime premonition, like that these teams are going to play. That was a great jam. Great adjustment by Matt. Excellent play. So we're in 10-10 right now, which aren't great numbers for just finishing this thing out unless someone hits a 2. So, but we've seen Connor already do that tonight in this, and Matt as well. Yeah, and that great shot earlier. All right, so we're 16-10. Pressure's on no big deal to respond and put this thing in range, or Mattison's could have a chance to put it out of range really quick. Ooh, he just about missed that shot. Oh, and Matt Nelson with a tip. 16-16, Game 7. Someone's going to have to hit a 2. Who's going to do it, or are we going to overtime again?
What a way to come down. This is great. Interesting.
All right.
Connor throws the
Yeah, he normally does. This is a change of pace. He's putting his trust in his brother's hand. Let's see if it works out.
Nice throw.
Oh, slotted it. Almost slotted it. Now no big deal. Has to match him, or Mattison's are going to steal one away and win another championship. The question is Matt going to throw this? All right, so we have one throw left in this game. Either Shane buries this thing and they win the championship, or Mattison's will win their 3rd championship in the Can Jam Classic. That's it. Again, no big deal, unfortunately, has come short yet again, but what an amazing tournament, an amazing battle. These two left it all out there. It was an incredible series, just a game of inches, right? So, incredible stuff. So thanks for joining us for the Can Jam Classic. We'll hopefully see you here next year in 2020. It's going to be unbelievable because I'm telling you, these games are intense.
They're intense. And may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you, Jace. Thanks for tuning in.
So we're going to be giving some medals away because we have some people that are very much deserving. This was an amazing tournament. Those last 3 matches all went to 7 games, overtimes, unbelievable. So it was just great. So first, we want to give it up for the Young Guns, who are our 4th place team today. So give it up for AJ and Charles. Congratulations, fellas. He will medal you. Well done. Well done. All right. Those things got a nice ding ding to them. Those are legit. Ding 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 ding. Awesome. Congratulations, guys. Good work. All right. Our next people that were going to be awarded with medals are our 3rd place team are the Stallion Survivors. We have Eric Plavoon and John Sandino. Congratulations, boys. Well done. A very tough battle with the Mattisons in overtime, Game 7. So incredible stuff. Like I said, fabulous work. All right. Congratulations, boys. All right, now to our silver medalists. Give it up for No Big Deal. They did an amazing job. Shane and Matt Nelson, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous matchup. They were right there, getting 4-3. So good job, fellas. They are a perennial finalist here in the Classic. You are really good at showing up. So well done, congratulations guys.
Good. We'll do pictures later.
Fabulous. All right, and now for the third time, and every time they show up to a final they win it. All right, that's what they do. So in the Classic at least. So give it up for Connor and Austin Matteson winning another Classic Championship. Congratulations guys, Can Jam Classic again. So well done. Yeah, we need to get a little bit bigger ribbon for his hair experience there. So
did you check it for PDFA?
yeah, seriously. Amazing, amazing job. Good job all around. There's the hammer. Give it up for your champs. They did great. If you're here, you like to play Can Jam, and y'all are pretty good. So we have this amazing tournament every summer. It is the Can Jam World Championship, all right? And it is every second Saturday in August every year, and it's actually August 10th this year. And so if you guys are available and want to be a part of that, it's an amazing, amazing time. Typically we get, oh, the date is behind them. Yeah. Typically there's upward of 120 teams that show up. So encourage you guys to come out for that and get involved in this community because we got lots of different things. Eric's going to be continually plugging some things and getting leagues going and all that stuff. So find community. Let's make Can Jam a big deal because it's as you can see, there's some really, really good players and it's a really, really competitive scene. And we want to see this continue to grow. And we're excited to see Can Jam continue to do awesome. So. Yeah, so thank you guys for coming again. Amazing night, and then